Lindsay Dentlinger, more political comment from you.
Yes, thank you, Devon. With me, I have the ACDP as Steve Swart. Mr. Swart, thank you for joining us. In brief, your view on what the Minister had to say this afternoon.
Well, the Minister painted the harsh realities of where we are as far as the economy is concerned, and the increase in government debt costs, the increase in budget deficit, and this largely is attributable to the slow economic growth. Remember, in February he said we should be at 1.5%, we're now at 0.5%, and that has resulted in an increased budget deficit from 4.3% to 5.9%, and this is ballooning over the medium term, where our government debt as a totality sits at 3 trillion rand, going up to 4.5 trillion rand. And these are staggering figures. So how do you address this? So he announced some aspects today, such as his economic recovery plan. But the question is, does he have the political will to implement those plans, given that COSATU and the South African Communist Party have already indicated that they are opposed to those plans? We support aspects of those plans, as we support Pravin Gordhan's unbundling of Eskom. Eskom, of course, presents a major risk to our economy, and we are outraged, having been involved in the corruption inquiries of the bailouts that are being given to Eskom.
How well do you think the austerity measures to trim salaries for MECs, premiers and other senior government officials, how well is that going to sit?
Well, I don't think it's going to sit very well. It is necessary, but in the broader perspective, it's actually very small amounts that will be saved. The larger aspect is, of course, the public service wage bill. That is massive, and the number of overpaid public sector wage earners that are there, and that needs to be addressed. There must be, when we have negotiations next year, inflation-linked increases, if there are increases at all, and we've got to relook at that. That's one of the major challenges at Eskom and SAA, is the staffing of those that has resulted in cost escalations. Those are issues that must be addressed in the short term. We can't wait much longer, because in February we're going to sit with a budget deficit that is increases, and as I indicated, this is an increase in snowball that we've got to have stern, firm decisions that might be politically unpalatable but are necessary to save our economy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Swart. Back to you, Tembekile. That's the ACDP's Steve Swart saying austerity measures are welcomed, but certainly not going far enough and won't result in the kind of savings that are required.